Hello everybody and welcome back to Attack of the Bee Team. So I've done a little bit of work and we're getting ready to start our new home. So let me take you for a little tour. First and foremost, you might notice that I'm surrounded by jerky, and so that's because I had so much of the zombie brains or zombie flesh from all of the raids that happened to me in the other place. One of the reasons why it was time to move, but I decided to just make a bunch of drying racks and put them all up. So I'm in pretty good shape when it comes to the beef jerky at the moment. That being said, let's change into a bat and get ready to show you what I've been working on. By the way, this waypoint portal is working great. I've been going back and forth a bunch of times and it's been absolutely awesome. No problems with it at all so far. So let's zoom on out of here. And you'll know this area, like that's our little cave over there. And this is our lake that we decided to build on. And if I turn around and show you the harbor or the bay, you'll notice that some things have changed. And here is the bird's eye view of what I've been doing so far. So I've cleared out quite a bit of trees and basically just started getting the frame of what I wanted to do put in place. Now this has expanded quite rapidly. I was actually not planning on making a massive house, but it's turned into that, or at least it's going to be. The original plan was actually to just build a nice little unit right along the front here. It would have two sides to it, one over here and one over here, and an interconnecting hallway slash room area. It was going to be 2 floors, and that was all it was going to be. I started planning that out, and then I thought to myself, well, wouldn't it be cool to actually have the Tinker's Construct smeltery right here as well. We need to obviously have one for our new place. I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to put it, and I decided, you know, well, why don't we just like put it behind, make a couple double doors through here, and put the smeltery right there. And well, once I did that, I thought, well, I don't want to be working on my tools and making weapons and all of that wonderful stuff and be worrying about all the nasties and all of the monsters coming in from behind me while I'm doing that. So I thought, well, let's enclose it. So my original plan after that, now I think I'm on to my third plan, was at that point was to just extend this house all the way around, make this like a little courtyard in the middle. So I was just going to have these little 4 guys, one there and one there, and then just surround that whole thing. But as I started to chop everything out and get back here, I came across this little lake, and I just couldn't bring myself to filling it in and destroying it. So I decided instead I would just make this courtyard even bigger. So I surrounded both of these things and just extended the range of the house all the way around. Now we've got these 4 little corners on the other end, and we'll have a set of doors coming in from this side, and we'll have a set of doors coming in from this side, and we're going to build this up. It's going to be 2 levels high all the way around, or at least on the front here and on the back here it'll be 2 levels high. Maybe these interconnecting pieces will just be like 1 level hallways that open up into the courtyard. I want to do something around this to make it, you know, a little cozy and a nice place to come and sit. But yeah, that's the basic plan. So this should hopefully, I mean, one other option too, I guess, is instead of just having this as a long hallway, because it's kind of a lot of space that doesn't really do anything, would be to maybe, instead of just having the 4 corners jut out, but have these kind of jut out on the sides as well a little bit. That way we can use the space and then make each kind of area dedicated to something, right? Yeah, so then I'll build them up on the other side and make this into what was going to be a house, which has now become something more of a, I don't know, a villa, something of that nature. So I hope this ends up looking pretty cool, and I will be taking you through all the processes, or the process, I guess, as I build each kind of piece and slowly kind of get it built up. I'll give you little intermissions along the way and show you what I've been up to. So this is the first update, and I'll see you in a little bit with the next update. Okay, so I'm having a little bit of a good problem here. As you can see, we have a bunch of different types of blocks on this wall here, and there's a bunch of different looking textures to them all. And then there's these funny looking carpenter's blocks. Now, my basic problem, which is a good problem to have, but it causes a little bit of overthinking, is that there is some chisels in this mod pack. There's 3 completely different chisels in this mod pack. We've got the carpenter's blocks chisel, we've got the tinker's construct chisel, which I just made up, and we've got the chisel from the chisel mod. Excuse me, sorry. And they all do slightly different things, but they give you a whole bunch of options around what you can make your blocks look like. So what you can see here, this is just normal stone. So like I had all the stone just in this cave here, and the way I did this was you just take the pretty enator, which is from the tinker's construct, and if you just walk up to a block, and I believe you can just right click on it. Yep, so you right click on it and it turns it to this first one here. You see that? And then if you hit it again, it comes a whoa. Oops, that was quick. And then it becomes the second one. And then if you hit it again, it becomes this third one, and then you get a fourth one, right? And you can do this with a bunch of different types of blocks. I believe you can also take this block, like a stone block, put it into a crafting table, and then you take the chisel, yeah, and then you can do the same idea here, right? So I've kind of done this already down here, where you make that, you put it back in, you make the next one, you put it back in, you make the next one, you put it back in, you make the next one, you put it back in. So you can make stacks of this stuff, right? Stone, all right, which one's that? Fancy block, tinker's construct, chisel. Yeah, okay, so now I get 2 of those. Yeah, so you can do that with a bunch of different types of blocks, like limestone. Nope, not limestone. Gravel. Nope. Well, you can do it with a bunch of blocks. Nope, not those. There's a list of them, and it's all on the wiki which ones you can use. But basically, you just like walk up to things and right click on it. I think we got to cook that marble up. I got some marble cooking up so that we can see the differences. But yeah, so basically you can use this one to kind of change the texture of some things. The next chisel we have is the carpenter's block chisel. Now this one works with the carpenter's blocks themselves here. And so what we can do is we can take a material, like say this, I don't know, this stone, and we can just place it on top of the carpenter's block, and it makes the carpenter's block look like the texture that you just placed on it, right? So we can do it with basically anything. Some of this limestone, right? And I don't know, like a dirt. There you go. So we got, those are 4 carpenter's blocks that have the texture of each of those things. Now, if we take this chisel, you can see when I whack it, it changes, and you can do it on all of these things, right? So you can make all of this stuff look, and I think if you shift right or shift left click, and it goes back to nothing. Right, and I think if I right click, it does the same thing, makes the noises. If I just left click, it just goes through. And if I shift left click, it goes back to its normal texture, right? The other cool thing you could do with the carpenter's block is you get this hammer, this carpenter's block hammer, and if you hit the carpenter's blocks, right, you see there, it's like a half slab, and then it goes in this way, and then you can flip it around, right? So you can kind of do some stuff with this, right? So you can indent them like that. So that's kind of cool. There's also a whole bunch of different types of carpenter's blocks as well. There's not just these. So I've made a bunch of these ones, but you can make stairs out of them and do the same thing, right? You can make hatches, and you can make doors. Now the doors are actually really cool. So I take the door. Oh, we're gonna want that hammer. And if I just put this door down, take the hammer, you whack it, changes you can change which way it opens. And if you, so that's left clicking. And if you right click, it changes the way it looks. So you can have all these different looking doors, and you can still take a block like the stone and, whoops, oh, I right clicked again. Let's do something like that, sure. And then if I take this and I right click on it, right, it changes the texture, and you can do the top and the bottom different colors, or the different textures. And then I can take the hammer. If I don't like that, I can actually, I think it's shift. Nope. Activation will behave like an iron door. What? I shift right clicked on it. Will behave like a wooden door. Oh, that is cool. Oh, you can make... Wow. Okay, I wonder if that's just because I use stone. Anyhow, so if I shift right click on it, you can take the stone back off and put different things on it. Can I still do that? You can... Oh, look at that. So it wasn't to do with the texture, it was... Oh, okay, cool. So you can make these and then just make them act like iron doors. So if you're playing in hard, the mobs can't break them down. That is pretty cool. Oh, where's my pick? Oh, it's right there. All right, cool. So yeah, we're gonna get into the carpenter's block stuff really like a lot more. But anyhow, let's get back to the chisels. So the other chisel that we have is this chisel, which is part of the chisel mod. And this one, I think, is probably the coolest one. So what you do is you take whatever material you want, and you go to the chisel and you right click on it, on something that like isn't anything that you interact with. And then you get this carve blocks interface. And now you can take anything you have in your inventory, like say this, like normal stone, plop that in there. And look at this, look at all the different options you get for making stone, right? So I can make this, plop it down. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And I believe, like, yeah, like, so, oh, let's go back to the chisel. And the chisel though has, like, you can even put dirt in here. Look at all the different kinds of dirt you can make. You can put in gravel in here. No, you can't put in gravel. I take that back. But you can, I believe, take your gravel and you can cook it. You can cook it. Come on, just give me one piece. Boom. Look at that. We've got concrete. And now if we take the chisel, we put the concrete in there. Look at all the different types of concrete you can make. So let's grab, I don't know, that one. Boom. Look at that. So if we just go, yeah, see, I already have chisel up. If I go back to the beginning, you could get dirt, cobblestone, glass, lapis, sandstone, golden bricks. Like this, like just tons and tons and tons. Like this is nether brick, iron bars even, right? Like a limestone, which I think I do have some limestone here. Do I have to cook it as well? Do I cook limestone? Nope, doesn't look like it. So if I just chisel, look at that. Oh, limestone. Oh, look at this creeper head limestone. Boom. Look at, so the options are limitless as to what we can do. We got all these different types of chisels. So if we decide to use, well, and you know what? Here, we can even combine these things. So if I, like, say, take this limestone, and I decide, you know what? I don't want that on there. I want that on there. So now I've chiseled up a limestone that looked pretty cool, and then I just stuck it on this carpenter's block, and then I can still whack it and make it different shapes and different sizes, right? I've got this these stairs as well, so if I wanted to, let's see here, like here, I could take this stair and let's say put it, boom, like that, right? Then I can take the, I don't know, say this concrete block that we just put down. Where are you here? Boom, boom. And put that on that, right? Now it looks like that. And then I can take my hammer and I can whack it, change its direction, make it look different. I think I can even make it go down on the bottom there. Oh, look at that. You can even make it 3, 2, whoa, wow. So I'm right clicking now. And then you can flip it around. And it's gonna be one of these tedious things trying to get it the way you want it probably, but look at that. That's super cool. So you can even mix and match this stuff, right? So, and I probably could even take this now. Yeah, look at that. I can even chisel. You can't really see it much with this texture, but you can still chisel that, whoops, with, so you can mix and match and combine all these different chisels, right? This is really cool. So I'm going to be doing a bit of playing around here, figuring out what textures I want to use on the base of the house in there, and then going to town, I guess, and I will be back with another update. So I've kind of decided on my palette. As you can see here, I've got myself some regular old spruce wood, some spruce planks that have been, these are just the regular normal spruce planks, and then I've also chiseled some spruce planks to look like this, as well as I've got some chiseled stone, and I've also got some chiseled up marble. So I think that this all looks kind of nice together, and I'll show you what I've done so far based on this particular palette, and you know, obviously turning some of these things into stairs and slabs and whatnot. And so I will reveal the beginnings. So here we are. I've started off building just one of the corners right here. This one here is based on a design that Keralis has built for a rustic house. Now his design was a little bit smaller. I've increased the size of it. I believe his was only five in the middle, and I made mine about 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I've made it 2 bigger on all around in a box shape, and just increased the size of it, and that's caused the roof to be probably about 2 higher as well, and so everything's just a bit bigger to give it some more space, because I want this to have more space. And my plan is, so you can see here, I've used the wood on the outsides here. I've got some bushes, and I've used this style of nice chiseled wood here, and also the normal ones for accents and staircases and things of that nature, as well as this brick along here. I just think it looks really, I like this combo. I think it looks really good. And here's some of the slabs and some fences and some things. It gives it lots of room. So the plan is to make 4 of these, one here, and then one in each of these spots. So one here, one there, and one there. And then have this courtyard in the middle with the water. And as you can see, I also threw together another one of our smelteries. And in this one, I decided to use, there's another color that you can use to build the smeltery, not just the dark black. This one isn't quite as simple to build, because the other one is made up of clay and sand and gravel, I believe, to make these seared bricks. So if I so to make the seared bricks for the regular one, you need to make grout, which is clay, sand, and gravel, which then makes the grout, and then you can cook that up in a furnace, right? And then that makes the seared bricks, and then you can build all of these different things. So there's also a seared brick, which is this brown color, and this is done the same way. It's cooked up the same way, but it's made out of either netherwort, soul sand, and gravel, or netherwort, tainted soil, and heat sand, which, except for the gravel, everything here has to be discovered in the Nether. So making this color of seared stone or seared brick can't be done until you've been to the Nether. So I did a bunch of resource gathering, and I think it looks pretty good here. I think that this color matches the style of this house a bit better than the black did. I actually did build a full black one here before, and it really stood out. And I don't know if it would have after the entire house was built, but I just think that this looks better here. So I tore it down and I built this one up. It took a lot of time to find all the resources to make this. And there's a bit left over, obviously, as you can see from here. But yeah, so there is the start of our new smeltery here, and I made the basins and everything all the way around, just like I have in the other place. The one in the old lab, well, I guess I'm calling it a lab now, because Iron Man has decided it's going to be our evil lab. So that's what we'll do there. But I just built up the one there all the way to the roof in black. It looks kind of cool. So yeah, so here's our basic resources that we're going to use, and this is what we're going to be building all the way around, and then I'm going to be connecting them from here to here, and from here to here, here to here, and here to here, so that it's all nicely wrapped in. So the next thing I need to do is start building up the rest of them all the way around. Okay, so I started building the next wing of the house and decided that I think it would be really fun to actually do a live let's build of at least one of the wings. So I've been recording that, and the next episode you see will actually be a let's build of one of the wings. The episode after that, what we'll do is I'll do either finish off camera the other two wings, or do a really like fast-paced walkthrough of it. Probably just finish those two off, and then we can do the remainder of the house, the hallways on the second floor, in that episode. With that, I will see you all next time.